Kolejny gość kongresu, spółka Gebhardt
Another guest to the Congress, representative of Gebhardt Stahl Polska, part of the Gebhardt Stahl group specialized in the production of sections and profiles made of PVC to support and reinforce doors and windows, providing those steel reinforcement structures to the construction industry. They also developed in yet another branch, special profiles, special sections and ventilation, thanks to the German know-how and fantastic Polish quality. Whatever is manufactured at the Polish Gebhardt Stahl manufacturing plant goes to the Baltic countries, Germany, Poland, Czechia and Slovakia. It is in the DNA of the company to grow and to develop all the personnel instantly, to raise the competences. Over the recent 20 years, that contributed to development of Gebhardt Stahl from a purely trade company to production company, based on sustainability principles, supporting community-oriented activities. The CSR policies implemented, but also they are very environmentally focused. They gained recognition under international and Polish competitions. Since 2022, they have won 3 Forbes Diamonds. Gebhardt Stahl has never been afraid of any, even the most demanding customers or great challenges, because they've always followed the motto of their success, always follow a certain profile of made of steel, obviously. Using the Kaizen methodology, they've changed. However, they first had to define the reasons for the transformation. The analysis and introduction of quick logistics solutions in production were the biggest challenges were defined, but also with the prospects of getting the bigger customer benefit was one of these. I give you Katarzyna Pyrzyńska, Quality and Process Optimization Engineer, Agnieszka Cekier-Olbiatowska, Marketing and Sustainability Coordinator, Assistant to the Management Board, and Marcin Maruszczak, Proxy and Trade Director. The floor is yours.
Dzień dobry Państwu. Nazywamy się
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Agnieszka Cekiera-Lubiatowska, Marcin Maruszczak.
We are Katarzyna Pyrzyńska, Agnieszka Cekier-Olbiatowska and Marcin Maruszczak from Gebhardt Stahl Polska. We want to tell you about the Kaizen transformation in our company. Moving to the agenda, we are here to tell you about the respective parts. Marcin is here to tell you a couple of words about the company and the projects implemented recently. Agnieszka is here to tell you about the very origin of our collaboration with Kaizen Institute. Now I'm here to get you through the process and tell you about the conclusions drawn based on the project.
Gebhardt Stahl znana jest na arenie międzynarodowej.
Gebhardt Stahl is a company known all around the world as a provider of high-quality reinforcement profiles and sections for most PVC window systems and for components for ventilation conduits. Our history dates back to 2001. Over the years, we have built a brand of one of the most competent suppliers for these 2 areas. Our strength lies with the team of people that are open to problem solving, open to change, sometimes even open to some out-of-the-box solutions. In our daily work, we keep focusing on the needs of our customers, and that is why it is so important for us to maintain the right quality of both the product and customer service. However, on top of the business rationale, we really want to be satisfied of the success that we attain. We get engaged in local community support activities. To me, personally, what matters a lot is, as a group, we have always been active, solving problems, finding solutions to minimize the negative environmental impact of our company. Gebhardt Stahl Poland was actually established by Manfred Gebhardt, who always believed that it was people who are the greatest resource of every company.
Praktycznie nieprzerwany organiczny wzrost firmy.
That allowed us to maintain organic development of the company and provided solid foundations for future development and growth.
Troszeczkę przybliżyć
Now,
kontekst, w jakim
to
startowałem
introduce you
projekt,
to our project, to provide you with some context thereof, let's move back in time to the beginning of 2023.
jak widzimy tutaj na
When, as you can see here at this slide, summarizing our 4 projects, we were at this very heated phase of development in terms of the development of the production facility. We were implementing the new ERP system. Those 2 products alone caused a lot of trouble. There was a big burden to our personnel, introducing changes to our daily routines. We are very ambitious, procuring QB44 certification in order to be even more present in the French market. And that motivated us a lot to seek a partner who would help us in finding our own way through the winding paths of organization problems, to reorganize ourselves a little bit, and therefore we decided to start collaboration with Kaizen Institute. It was in April that we started our first efforts dedicated to the project, and we managed to complete these efforts until the end of 2023.
Dlaczego Kaizen?
Why Kaizen? Why Kaizen and Gebhardt Stahl? That was a love at first, well, a sight of an exercise that we conducted, that I had the pleasure of moderating with my colleagues at the Lean Green postgraduate studies that were prepared by Warsaw School of Business to employees such as myself. Thanks to the mentorship support of our top management, I had the opportunity of participating in a project that affected the transformation of our home division. Being there, being able to introduce our projects in just brief words is not something very comfortable to me. Still, even though I would prefer to be there in my comfortable chair, in my comfortable office, I am here to say thank you. On behalf of the 70 people of my team, say thank you to the management board of Gebhardt Stahl for their innovativeness, for their courage, for putting their faith in us and for trusting us that we could actually reach out and fulfill even the most ambitious targets. Kaizen and its philosophy enchanted me from day one, because that was actually something that could be given a proper name, but something that had been implemented 20 years before. In those tiny steps, with all these people, with all the resources that we have at hand assigned to us, we always make sure to make every single step ahead. The best method to, well, maybe not conjure the future, but try to project it, as Peter Drucker said, is actually to focus on creating it. And that was something that we followed since the very beginning of operations. As I went to my postgraduate studies, and it was a pleasure to participate in the Kaizen Institute's workshops, I heard about the method that we had been implementing for 20 years. All right, we may have not been calling it purely methodologically as Kaizen does, but what I saw was the people and the thesis that were very much conforming with our philosophy. And therefore I decided to suggest to my management to meet with representatives of Kaizen Institute. After 2 months, it actually gave the fruit of the start of our collaboration. It was an incredible collaboration because that was the first time that we had encountered those who understood our goals perfectly. It is known that Gebhardt Stahl is primarily supposed to manufacture top quality reinforcement products as kind of an OEM for our target customers. It was the Kaizen Institute and the Kaizen methodology that allowed us to analyze our processes even in more detail, to see where some refinement is needed, which elements need reinforcement, and they approach our organization holistically. Also, they approach the very fact that CSR goals, including environmental goals, we hold very dear. I agree with Simon saying, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. So at the workshop and throughout the transformation we went through together with the Kaizen Institute, we could ponder upon our origin, our destination, where we are headed for, and what's important for our customers. We actually had been implementing the philosophy of Kaizen Institute for more than 20 years. In other words, we did what we had to. With the resources we had, we were where we had to be. However, postgraduate studies clearly showed me how important education is, how important it is to expand your horizons, to learn unceasingly, to be better and better, to change, and not just in the mindset, but also to change the mindset of every single person in the company. What is also important in this respect is to transfer the know-how and expertise to the mid and top management levels. Our Kaizen project comprised two stages. Let's move straight away to the first one. The components thereof were training to build the awareness of our employees and current status analyses. In terms of awareness building among Gebhardt Stahl employees, that was a long-term, a very complex process. Generally speaking, what was particularly important in our case was to gain trust among the colleagues and to show them that what we're about to do has actually very deep meaning. At the workshop, at the training, we were actually having games and plays where we actually noticed that those leaders surfaced spontaneously and that every single person took over a specific role within Gebhardt Stahl, thanks to which we built this multidisciplinary team comprising people from top management levels to production and shop floor employees. The value stream analysis, or VSA, we used in order to analyze the current state of the value stream. We could actually get the big picture and capture where the things were not aligned perfectly. We were actually having those workshops at the shop floor, so we were virtually on the Gemba. At each moment, we could actually go to the production shop floor and see how about those processes, how they go about. It ended up with defining certain individual areas for improvement and ways to implement those concepts. The second phase of the project, we planned to implement daily Kaizen solutions focused on improvement of internal communication within the organization. However, since the group made a different decision to implement certification project for UB44, well, we had to redefine the goal. Our new goal became the improvement of the quality of final product and standardization of processes. Well, obviously, maintaining some elements of daily Kaizen. So under daily Kaizen, we launched the following routines, like daily operational meetings. They take place at the beginning of every shift, moderated by shift foreman, individual shift manager, with a Congres with an agenda, with everybody on board. We also decided to have this 10 o'clock production meetings, moderated by production manager. In order to optimize and improve information sharing in the company, we also decided to have weekly meetings for managers. These are held by either the proxy or the CEO, and again, they follow a pre-established agenda. Under daily Kaizen, we also decided to have this monthly production department meetings. They are held at the last Thursday of the month, moderated by shift managers and production managers. At these meetings, we discuss individual organization matters, spheres for optimization, as well as ongoing needs of our employees.
Jeżeli daily Kaizen i codzienne spotkania operacyjne, to także i utworzenie tablicy
What daily
zespołu.
Kaizen and daily meetings involved was obviously the development and feeling of the daily team board, which provided us with insight into whatever was happening at the production shop floor. What I would like to stress in this respect is that as this board was being created, it involved the participation of production, shop floor and their superiors, the shift managers or masters as we call them, which actually tightened their bonds. As we developed and employed further employees, we also decided to expand our organizational structure for the production department and create 2 new shift master or shift manager positions in order to ensure information exchange continuity between shifts, and we wanted to also unburden the production manager in his or her daily responsibilities. We really hold human factors very important. We wanted to improve ergonomics, so we provided our colleagues with some more efficient and effective means, such as bar stools, as well as some anti-sleep and anti-fatigue mats and water bottles. Let me just remind you that purchasing that was actually due to the common talks with our colleagues from the production shop floor. And actually, it received a very positive feedback.
Jak już wcześniej zostało wspomniane, zmiana celu w drugim etapie
As aforementioned, the changes in the second step of the process were due to the QB44 certification pursuit. Actually, we had to prepare very diligently to the certification process, and for that, we decided to implement Kobetsu Kaizen method. And by that means, we learned more about our internal projects, we put them in order, organized and standardized. And that's obvious. Standardization is very crucial to quality management systems. So let's move to the methodology that we applied during the Kobetsu Kaizen workshops. We started by determining the current state of our processes. And we held 5W to H method, very important there. Then we determined the target or the desired state, the reductions, the increases in individual areas. Then we are obviously searching for the root causes of our problems. And for that matter, we obviously use the Ishikawa diagram and 5 whys. Once we found out about the root causes of our problems, we were trying to design some solutions. Then the solutions had to be put into sequence, organized according to priority of importance, and that's why we use the priority matrix. And that the solution thus designed had to be tested. However, before we got there, we created an action plan to determine the sequence, the order in which we would implement those solutions.
Podsumowaniem naszej wytężonej pracy nad standaryzacją procesów jest otrzymanie
Now, in response to the current needs and in pursuit of the QB44 certification pursuits, we actually were rewarded. However, every single project has an end to it, and some conclusion needs to be reached, and that's precisely what we did. We've created our own lessons learned. So what we have successfully implemented in the project? We've shown our employees how important they were, that they can share improvements, suggestions, ideas, that they can become involved in company affairs. We've shown them that it is important to have this habit of taking greater care of the tools. We improve the human engineering factors or ergonomics to make their work more safe, secure and effective. And we improve internal communication via daily, weekly, monthly, operational and organizational meetings. If you could ask me what we could do differently, if we had the opportunity to implement the project again, we would definitely engage more employees to participate in the project. We would also definitely train more employees in terms of fundamentals of Kaizen. What we did not forecast, what we did not assume under the project, well, certain individuals superimposing activities in the Kaizen project, the ERP project, as well as the installation of new machinery pieces in further halls. We also did not expect certain unavailability of workers for project activities due to some market turbulences. Having said that, I would like to thank you for your attention. Have a good day.